Wow, welcome to today's explainer. I want you to completely clear your mind of normal construction for a second. Forget about standard apartment blocks, train tracks, everyday roads, all of that. Today, we are going way beyond the usual stuff. We're diving into Dubai's Palm Jumeirah. It is a legit engineering wonder. I mean, this is a project that literally redefined what humans can do with the natural environment. We're going to break down exactly how they pulled this off, turning what honestly sounded like pure fantasy into a physical, solid reality that you can actually walk on.
So, can you actually build a giant palm tree island out in the open ocean? Think about it. If someone pitched this idea to you, you'd probably think they were completely out of their mind, right? The idea of dropping an enormous, incredibly specific shape, a perfect palm tree with a trunk and these perfectly curved fronds, right into the middle of unpredictable, constantly moving seawater. It sounds impossible. But the engineers in Dubai didn't just ask the question, they actually went ahead and did it.
Section 1. The Impossible Artificial Island.
The sheer scale of what they achieved here it's mind-blowing. Let's be clear, this isn't some small fake little beach we're talking about. The Palm Jumeirah is so massive, so incredibly sprawling, that astronauts orbiting in space can look down and actually see this man-made palm tree sitting right there on the Earth. Seriously, just try to wrap your head around the sheer volume of material you'd need to make a man-made object recognizable from the vacuum of space. It is absolutely monumental.
Section 2. Tutorial. The sand and rock method.
Picture the immense scale of the raw materials involved here. To build this massive project, the engineers didn't use the usual tricks. No prefabricated steel platforms, no massive concrete pillars driven down into the ocean floor. The foundation of this entire island relies purely on raw earth. We're talking millions upon millions of tons of sand and rocks. Imagine an entire armada of ships and heavy machinery just working around the clock, harvesting and moving literal mountains of raw material to fill the sea.
Let's break down exactly how they did this ocean fill. Step 1. They dumped those millions of tons of rock straight into the ocean to form a sturdy outer base, a breakwater that can actually withstand the ocean currents. Step 2. They filled the inside areas with millions of tons of sand to create the actual land you can walk on. But Step 3 is the crazy part. They finished this entire massive ocean build without using a single drop of cement. Nothing, not one drop was used to hold this foundation together.
To put that in perspective, traditional marine megaprojects, think massive seawalls or deepwater ports, they absolutely rely on cement and concrete. They needed to bind everything together to fight off the immense, crushing power of ocean waves. But the Palm Jumeirah, they took a totally different route, sand and rocks only. They essentially engineered a giant artificial reef that uses its own massive natural weight, friction, and ultra-precise placement to stay anchored securely in place. It completely throws conventional construction rules right out the window.
Section 3. Millimeter precision via GPS.
Now, you might be wondering, how on earth do you get a perfect palm tree shape using nothing but loose sand and rocks? Well, they had to rely on space-age tech. The engineers used advanced GPS technology hooked up directly to their dredging ships. This wasn't just, shoveling sand overboard and hoping for the best. By connecting their ships to satellites, they achieved millimeter accuracy right out there in the rolling ocean. They were perfectly aligning and dropping every bit of sand and rock into exact, pre-calculated coordinates. It's this perfect marriage of the absolute most basic building materials with highly advanced aerospace technology.
Section 4. A future luxury city.
And what do they build on top of all that sand? Once the newly formed land was stabilized, we got ultra-luxury villas featuring their own private beaches that stretch right out into the calm, protected waters. There are incredible 5-star hotels, stunning infinity pools. I mean, it looks exactly like a future city. It's a meticulously designed utopia built directly over what used to be just empty sea. Honestly, it feels completely detached from the ordinary world.
Section 5. Vision beyond just money.
You have to remember, Dubai is a desert country. Historically, they didn't exactly have lush, natural tropical islands lying around, but they combined pure imagination with some of the most extreme engineering on the planet. Our source actually sums it up perfectly. The biggest wonders in the world are built with a big vision, not just money. And yeah, sure, the Palm Jumeirah required an absolutely astronomical budget, but money alone doesn't build a giant palm tree in the ocean. It takes fearless vision to look at an empty stretch of seawater and say, hey, let's build a futuristic city right there, out of nothing but sand and rocks. That vision is the real foundation of the project.
So, knowing all about this crazy engineering, the millions of tons of rock, the millimeter GPS precision out in the open ocean, and the totally mind-boggling lack of cement, if you had the chance to wake up every single day on a man-made wonder visible from space, would you go? Let that sink in for a second and really think about what other impossible things humans might engineer next. Thanks for joining this explainer. Catch you guys next time.